Do it.
Kill my men.
The film opens with a man named Samson entering a nightclub that doubles as a center for human trafficking. That evening, Samson is pretending to negotiate with a trafficking ring for the purchase of a boy named Victor. After offering a large sum of money, the cartel leader warmly welcomes him. However, once Samson puts the money on the table, he suddenly turns violent and attacks the traffickers with a knife. A brutal fight ensues, but despite being outnumbered, Samson, an elite ex-Special Forces operative and former top police officer, defeats each gang member with ease. After neutralizing the threat, he heads to a back room to rescue Victor, telling him he was sent by his mother to bring him home. They make their escape via the basement on a motorcycle. Before leaving, Samson activates a remote detonator that sets off explosives planted throughout the building. The resulting explosion kills the entire trafficking ring. Unbeknownst to Samson, his actions had dire consequences. He failed to realize the blast would also kill the innocent captives inside. The following morning, he is awakened by a call from the police and summoned to the now-destroyed nightclub. There, an investigator named Steve angrily confronts him, revealing that many children held in captivity died from smoke inhalation and fire. Though Samson's mission was to rescue a child, his methods led to major collateral damage and a loss for law enforcement. Steve urges him to step away from any further unofficial operations. 6 months later, haunted by the tragic incident, Samson has retired from his previous life and now works quietly as a butcher. The trauma continues to affect him, as he's plagued by flashbacks of the fire he unintentionally caused. Meanwhile, an American family, Faden, his wife Monica, and their teenage daughter Becky, arrives in Moldova. Faden is an MMA fighter set to compete in a local event. At the hotel, while Faden is preoccupied with TV coverage of the matches, Becky goes out to the balcony in search of better phone signal. There, she encounters a woman named Amelia, who suggests the signal is better downstairs. Later, Faden notices Becky is missing. He searches for her, but finds only her laptop on the balcony. Monica, unaware of the situation due to being in the bathroom, also has no idea where Becky is. Faden quickly alerts the hotel staff. Surveillance footage reveals no helpful clues, prompting him to reach out to the media. News of Becky's disappearance spreads quickly, prompting a strong response from Moldovan police due to Faden's fame. While watching the news in his butcher shop, Samson sees the story. Not long after, Faden and Monica visit him for help, having been advised by someone from the American embassy. Samson refuses, claiming he's just a civilian now. But Monica, recognizing his tattoo, realizes he once belonged to a special police unit. The couple pleads with him and even offers money, but he still declines, haunted by his past failures. Later that evening, Samson's son Selwyn, an embassy worker, visits him and urges him to help the family, explaining that some authorities are protecting the real criminals, leaving the police powerless. Still, Samson refuses. Meanwhile, Faden searches on his own and gets into a brawl at a bar after showing Becky's photo around. Outnumbered and beaten, he's saved by a masked man, Samson, who had been shadowing him. Samson brings Faden to his butcher shop to treat his wounds and finally agrees to help, though on his terms and without outside interference. That night, Samson infiltrates the home of a businessman named Lucas. Disguised as a courier, he kills the gate guard and sneaks into the security room, then into Lucas's private quarters. He confronts Lucas, demanding information on Becky's whereabouts. Though Lucas denies involvement, Samson warns him, if he's behind Becky's abduction, he'll come back to kill him. As it turns out, Lucas is indeed the mastermind. After Samson leaves, Lucas orders one of his men, Flat, to eliminate Becky. Flat kills Amelia and her partner, then threatens Becky with gasoline. The next day, police find a burnt body with Becky's bracelet on the wrist, leading them to believe she's dead. Still suspicious, Samson requests a DNA test. At the hospital, the forensic doctor confirms the body is Becky's, prompting a devastated Monica to slap Samson, blaming him. The next day, While Faden and Monica prepare to return to the U.S., Samson drowns his sorrow in alcohol. Soon, Lucas and his men attack Samson's butcher shop to exact revenge. Despite being initially overpowered, Samson fights back and defeats them. He then recalls that Becky always wore her bracelet on her right wrist, but the burned body had it on the left. Convinced something is wrong, he rushes to the airport to stop the Fadens. There, he tells them Becky is likely still alive and suggests the forensic doctor may have been bribed. They confront the doctor, who confesses that Stelu, Moldova's deputy minister of defense and head of a trafficking ring, paid him to falsify the DNA test. Stelu regularly kidnaps American girls for his own pleasure. Fearing exposure, he instructs Flat to eliminate the Fadens. Meanwhile, Samson takes Faden and Monica to a safe location and retrieves his hidden weapons. Becky, held in a secluded location, manages to call her father. Using her phone signal, they trace her location. However, it turns out to be a trap to lure Faden and Monica. They head to Kyornea prison where Becky is supposedly held. After getting past the gate, they spot a guard with a girl who looks like Becky. But it's a setup. Thankfully, Samson arrives just in time to save them. Inside, they rescue the girl, another kidnapped victim, but not Becky. As they battle more guards, Samson uses smoke grenades for cover. Watching remotely, Flat sends reinforcements. During a standoff, Flat offers Becky in exchange for the rescued girl. Suspecting another trap, Samson scouts the area for snipers. After the exchange, Flat orders his men to kill the Fadens, but Samson intervenes, having already neutralized the snipers. Police arrive and secure the area. The rescued girl, armed by Samson, shoots Flat in the head, killing him. All kidnapped American girls are finally freed. The next day, Samson and Selwyn drive the Faden family to the airport. Meanwhile, Stella prays in a church, seemingly repentant. During his confession, Samson appears and shoots him dead, stating that while God may forgive him, he never will.